Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? My name is Maryrose Oguezuonu. I'm one of you. I'm here to introduce a piece of my project, which is the use of tele-education through interprofessional collaboration in order to facilitate the HIV and HIV risk behavior decrease occurrence among adolescents in urban high school settings. I am going to introduce to you this animation that will help me with my project.
If we all educate ourselves, we can help to stop the spread of HIV. I'd love to live in a world where HIV was history. Hello and welcome to It's a Fact. I'm Mala. And I'm Nicholas. And this is our dog, Eddie. In this episode, we're going to talk about HIV/AIDS and the effect it can have on people living with the virus. There is no cure for HIV, but there is medication to help an infected person. There are other ways, though, that HIV can make someone's life more difficult. Do you mean the sadness that stigma and discrimination can bring to a person with HIV and their family? That's right. I don't think people realize how hurtful they can be. In this next section, our two guests share with us their experience of living with the stigma of HIV. We're not going to tell you our names. And we're not going to show our face. But we're going to tell you about HIV. We are brother and sister. I am HIV negative. And I am HIV positive. I was born with the virus, and so I have to take my medicines every day. The doctor tells me that if I take my medication, I can live a long and happy life. I don't think the doctor is right about living a happy life, because I see my sister crying almost every day. She doesn't cry because she feels sick, but because people are mean to her. Mommy tells me that children are cruel because they don't know better. She says you can't get the virus by sharing a joke, hugging someone, or by being friendly. It makes me angry when I see how my sister is treated. She's really good at sports, and when we play at home, she wins many times. But on the field, when the captains are choosing their teams, my sister is always left last, even though she can play better than most of the others. I guess I'm getting used to it a little. I've stopped trying to make friends with anyone. I spend all my break times with my brother or in class pretending to finish my schoolwork. This is my last year at our school, and I am really worried about leaving my sister behind. I think she will be very lonely. I saw her making a poster that said, "Friends wanted." But that's not the way to make friends.
The other component that I wanted to share is interprofessional collaboration. With the change in healthcare paradigm and the trajectory of healthcare delivery services, it becomes imperative to make a change through interprofessional collaboration as a way to handle the issues of HIV and HIV risk behaviors among adolescents. As have been reported by CDC, it shows that the CDC reported that HIV education have not been fully implemented in the practice setting. And to make a change, I am incorporating a tele-education through interprofessional collaboration as a way to continue to aggressively handle this HIV and HIV risk behavior and its disorder. Many entities have recommended that interprofessional collaboration be the way. It have shown with its benefits that interprofessional collaboration is the way to safety. Interprofessional collaboration is the way to reduction of a workload, is a way of reduction of duplicate services, is a way of reduction of care in cost of care. It is a way to enhance communication between the providers. It is a way to enhance communication between the providers and the patients themselves. It's a way to empower the patients as well. It's a way to reduce a whole lot of barriers. Barriers in terms of access, barriers in terms of all disparities that affects these on underserved population. With all this benefit, it becomes necessary at this point in time to implement teleeducation and interprofessional collaboration as a way to handle this disorder. In my plan, I proposed about 4 modules. Those 4 modules those 4 modules of teleeducation will be implemented by interprofessional collaborates. We will share the abstinence part of education. We will share the use of a needle and syringes, sterile needles and syringes. We will share the use of preventive medication known as Truvada. And we will share, lastly, the effect of injection drug use among this population. I know that you have heard a whole lot about the risk behaviors that is really affecting affecting this population, as have been reported by CDC, such as the the non-use of a condom, the non-use of abstinence, the use of injection drug use, and also not being getting tested for HIV. Multiple partners is a big with this disorder. As we are able to identify this high risk behavior among this population, we should be able to give them all the necessary tools that we have. And some of those tools, according to legislation, have given us the power. It have been put in place according to law to give us the power to be able to serve this population and to be able to aggressively continue to handle this disorder so that it will not be a situation where this disorder will become an epidemic in the United States. As I continue this project, I know that you are going to continue to be with me, and this is a start. And I thank you for all the patience, and thank you so much for listening. May God bless you. Bye.